EasyMotion is another productivity increasing feature new in Xmonad 0.17. Inspired by Vim EasyMotion, it allows you to select specific windows on your screen and perform any function on the selected window. Two functions which I find particularly useful and are also mentioned in the EasyMotion documentation are focusing windows and killing windows. So the problem here is that if, for example, I wanted to focus this bottom right H-top window on my screen, I have two options for that currently. I can either click on it with my mouse, or I can cycle through my windows until the window in question is in focus. Likewise, if I wanted to kill this window, I would have to first focus it and then call my kill key binding. But with EasyMotion, I can simply hit my EasyMotion select window or my EasyMotion focus window key binding, and you see that I now get this overlay with the keys SD and F, and if I hit either SD or F, the respective window comes into focus. And the same thing applies to the kill window functions, which I have bound to Mod and X. If I hit that key binding, you see that the EasyMotion overlay appears this time in red letters, SD and F, and if I now hit the F key, the respective window on the bottom right corner of my screen is being killed. So let me showcase how to enable EasyMotion and how to configure it such that it is a bit more useful than with its default settings. So we are looking at my Xmonad config, and the first step to enabling EasyMotion with its basic functionality is to add this import which you see on line 26. Import xmonad.actions.easymotion and the select window function from that. Once we have imported that, we can go down to our key binding section and add the key bindings for EasyMotion. I would like to add two key bindings, and the first one is bound to my mod key and the S key, and on this key binding we are calling the select window function which we have just imported from EasyMotion, and then the function definition for the function which we want to call upon the selected window. The syntax for that is the def keyword, then two greater than symbols, the equal sign, and then in parentheses the function itself. So when just windows.W.focus window. The second key binding which I would like to add is on my mod key and X, and on X I would like to simply call the kill window function. So with these two key bindings added, let's recompile and restart Xmonad and see what we get. As we can see now, when I hit Mod and S, we get this overlay from EasyMotion with S and D, and if I hit S, the focus switches to the respective window. If I hit Mod and X and now D, the window with the D gets killed. This basic default configuration that we get has its limitations though. For example, I'm hitting Ctrl S now and we see that the overlay is two black boxes with white text. But the same is true for the kill, for when I hit Mod and X, which enters the kill window context. So I cannot differentiate right now, am I trying to select windows or am I trying to kill windows, just by the visual feedback that we are getting. So one thing that I would like to configure is how these boxes look. I would like the text to be red when I'm in the kill context and the text to be green when I'm in the selection context. Another thing is that we don't have a cancel action key defined right now. So currently I'm in the kill window context and I cannot escape this context. So I'm forced now to press either S or D. If I don't press any one of these keys, I'm stuck. And to prevent that, EasyMotion gives us the option to configure a cancel key and also to change the text and background colors with EasyMotion config. So let's go to the top of our Xmonad configs and add the import for EasyMotion config. In the line in which you have added your EasyMotion import, next to select window, just add EasyMotion config with parentheses and two dots inside. With the EasyMotion config imported, we can go back to our key bindings and define a configuration just by appending 2 curly braces next to the def keyword, and in here we can specify our config. The first configuration which I would like to define is to change the text color of the focus window function to green. So for that, let me just add txtCol equals green, and for the kill window function I would like the text color to be red. Let's see what it looks like by recompiling and restarting Xmonad. And now when hitting Mod and S, you see that the overlay text is now green. One thing that we can still not do is exit this, so I am now forced to press either S, D or F. To change this, let's also add an escape key as defined by the EasyMotion config on the right side here. So I'm adding cancel key equals, and I'm binding the cancel key to escape. That should be X, capital K, underscore, capital E, and escape. I'm using the same cancel key for the kill window context. When recompiling and restarting Xmonad now, we should be able to cancel the action when hitting either Mod S or Mod X. So I'm hitting Mod X, we are in the kill window context, and I am no longer forced to hit either S, D or F. I can simply escape by hitting my escape key. Another thing which I would like to change is the size of the fonts and the overlay boxes themselves. Currently they are very big, which I find unpleasant. So let's begin by decreasing the font size. We do that by defining an EM font, and the default font set in EasyMotion is called XFT Sans with a size of 100. So that right here is the default, and I want to decrease the font size to a font size of 40. And this is what it looks now. You see that the text is much smaller, but the boxes themselves still have the same size. To change the sizes of the boxes themselves, we can define an overlay function in our EasyMotion config. The overlay functions are described at the very bottom of the documentation side. One overlay which I like in particular is the text size one, because the text size overlay function takes up only as much space as it needs to contain its text. So let's import the text size overlay functions. Simply go to your import, and on the line where you import EasyMotion, simply append text size. Then back down to our key bindings where we also define the EasyMotion config. Let's add the overlay F and set it to text size. And this is now what it looks like after recompiling and restarting Xmonad. This has been a short introduction to Xmonad EasyMotion. I hope you liked it.